Thank you very much for connecting. And today we talk about something really important. It's sticking to the word limit. All the students might have seen this one important aspect in the examinations. It's called the word limit. So, whenever you'll be writing an exam, no matter which standard you are in your high school, you're in your secondary school, you're in your middle school, or even primary school for that matter, or even in your undergraduation or post graduation, there will always be a word limit in your tests, in your question papers. And this word limit is really student centric. It is there for the benefit of the students itself. Because now I'll tell you what word limit does is it basically ensures that you get through your entire question paper. You get through with the questions at hand. So it's really important sticking to the word limit and also preparing accordingly for the word limit. Now, mostly you'll be having the word limits, and even if you browse through your question papers of any exams for that matter, mathematics is totally like, it's problem solving basis. So there you don't need to word limit in mathematics, but be it sciences, social sciences, in English especially, you need word limit. And you also need to respect word limit because it's just for your benefit, students. Always remember, my kings and queens, that whenever there's a word limit centric examination, that is to help you complete that entire exam on the due time. We know the drill. There'll be one word answers for just 1 marks. Then there'll be 10, 20 words for 2 marks. There'll be 30, 40 words for 3 marks. There would be like maybe, 50 to 70 words for 4 marks or so, and 80 to 100 words for 5 marks. Please stick to the word limit and just prepare accordingly. Mostly, word limit doesn't mean you have to count each and every word. No, no, no. Rather than counting your words, mostly, just be very specific. Like, oh, it's a 2 marks question, 3 lines would be enough. It's a 3 marks question, maybe 5 lines would be more than enough. And if it's even like, 5 marks question, then I guess it's mostly about, you know, 80 to 100 words. 5 marks means 7 to 9 lines are enough. Hey, Albert. Hey, Virchi. Thank you very much for connecting, and all the students here. The cool kid says hi. Thank you very much for tuning in. And today we talk about the word limit, why it's extremely important. Because word limit plays a pivotal role in your examinations. No matter whichever grade you're preparing, whichever standard you're preparing, you really need to be word limit specific. You have to ensure that your paper gets, completed, it just gets complete. Umberto is here. Hey, Umberto. Welcome from Portugal. You're Portuguese. That's so nice to know. And thank you very much for keeping that, discussion centric vibe on the comment section. It really helps me create, it really helps me stay consistent. So I'm Abhishek Prince, those of you who do not know me, and I run a digital school called Palace of Words. And I am into a morning batch. It's called Bhram Mahurat. It means the holy hour in English. So I always connect and I always come up with some tips and tricks for my students so that they can score better in their examinations and they can, get through the competitive exams they are eyeing for, be it the Scenic School entrance examinations, the CDS exams, that is for the defense forces in India, our country, and also all the competitive exams like NET and JRF. And even I've started a batch called Nature. It's purely for NET JRF, English literature. So, keep showering your love and support. And it's always about the students and the viewers we cater to who keeps us, extremely motivated, who keeps us, always on toes to make some, good content. And thank you very much for the shout out, cool kid. It says like and subscribe. And I guess, all the creators are doing some fabulous job, and social media is one divine place for all the creators. So it's really good, and especially it's good to see people like, Humberto, you especially you're Portuguese, and we can learn a thing or two from you. Albert, same is for you, like Richie, even, and the cool kid. So kind of you to be glued and to join, especially at this holy hour of the morning, where we have umpteen of things to do. We have like a redeem. So when you show up, when you comment and encourage, so it's really the wind beneath my wings. And I always try and cater to quality education. And at Palace of Words, we have this goal to, make education accessible for all by 2030. So we are working up for it. We are creating some digital courses, and we have an offline center also in Shimla. I'm based in Shimla, and I have a center at Sanjoli and Dhali. So we cater to two offline centers, and even we have offline centers at Chandigarh and Solan too. So keep showering your love, keep showering your support and the blessings. So it is again, a mentor is nothing without his disciples or the students for that matter, because I can never teach, an empty infrastructure. I might build up a university of my own. I need students there. And obviously, we need to provide quality as well. So it has to be, really qualitative. The things we cater to has to be filled with quality and insights as well. So over the years, I keep sharing it with the students, whatever I've learned in my journey of education. And I'm a twin doctorate. I hold a PhD in English literature and psychology. And I am a mountaineer too. I love to, climb peaks. I love to keep myself fit. I'm a mountain biker too. So I do wear many hats. And I guess being a mentor is my most accomplished feather on my cap. So I believe, smart preparation is important. Students really work hard. Everyone works hard for that matter, but it's only the one who prepares smart. He or she secures that pole position. He or she secures the, top position in the class. So please ensure that you're always on toes with your preparation, with the right kind of preparation. And today's session is purely dedicated to, sticking to the word limit. It is prime, it is extremely important. So please stick to the word limit. You really have to cater to, the right kind of word limit, what is being asked from you. And word limits are there to help students only. It has nothing to do with the board, it has nothing to do with the mentors, but students. Because time management is key. Whenever you're there and you especially are writing an exam, so you really and have to ensure that you complete that. So please, be very word limit centric in your preparations also. You should exactly know, whatever marks the questions cater to. I really have to stick to the word limit. How much detail you have to put. That's important. And even if you are writing your examinations under the CBSE board, so please keep your language simple and subtle. Simplicity in the language is the most important. You specifically have to, keep your word limit really specific. You just have to kind of keep it really, simple. You have to keep it just very specific. You have to stick to the word limit also. That is what matters most, right? So that should be like the prime thing to do. Sticking to the word limit, being very specific, not overwriting also. Like overwriting in a way, don't write more, it won't fetch you more marks. See, it's a 2 marks question. You get done with it within 20, 30 words. Writing maybe 50, 60 words is, not the right thing to do. At times, even this is a myth, when you get to your undergraduate or postgraduate exams, the more you write, the more you score. No, I guess write smart, write as much as it's required. Because, you cannot elaborate a thing maybe more than it's required. It's okay. if you are maybe writing any specific 5 marks answer, you might, stretch, maybe not 80, you might write about 100 words, but even writing 200 or 300 words for that matter won't score you more than 5 marks. In a 5 marks question, you'll just be getting 5 marks. So write how much is required for 5 marks. And please make your presentation really neat. It should be, presentable. It should be crisp and clear. Avoid cutting, avoid overwriting, avoid the use of correction pens, or, don't make a mess out of it. Because an examiner, anyhow, would be checking a lot of answer sheets, maybe 100 or maybe few hundreds of that for matter. Class 10th and 12th students, you'll be writing your board exams this year. So make sure that, it's presentable, it's readable. I know handwriting again is subjective. I too have like a terrible calligraphy, but make it neat, make it presentable, make it readable. A legible handwriting is all that you need. So by all means, the particular handwriting, it should be legible. And my top fans here, thank you very much for commenting, for giving me the XP, and ensuring that the video reaches places. I would also request you all to share it to the greatest of the extent. And many students have joined us, so please share it with the ones who would benefit from watching my online classes. Keep doing that. And smart preparation is a must. We also had like this session on answer writing specifically. So write fine-tuned answers. Basically, your answer should be such that it should have substance, it should have gravitas and depth. It should have all the important information that is required. And I would also insist, whenever you join the sessions online, please have a pen and paper with you. Let's, really cater to a quality hour, since you're devoting your time. You are very religiously and devoutly attending the sessions, and I do see students regularly, and I do see your comments as well. So whenever you join, always have a pen and paper with you and keep taking notes. Because whatever I say, you'll remember it, it's good, but the moment the class is over, you get busy with something or the other, you probably forget. You forget maybe taking notes, or you just the brain can't process a lot of information at once. I'll be saying maybe 10 things at the moment in the session, and you'll keep forgetting it. You'll only remember 8 or maybe 7 or 5 or 3, and at the time, if you haven't taken good notes, you might forget it all. So please ensure that you have your pen and paper with you. You take notes, and questions would always be welcome. Like if there's any specific thing that you have in your mind, any question that you have, so you can always ask questions. And I'm so grateful for the parents also who joined this session. It's your support and confidence upon us, upon Palace of Words, which really encourages us to deliver quality. Because I guess without your unflinching support, we are nothing. Without the patrons, without parents, without the students in our batches and the classes, we are not, we are nothing totally. So thank you very much for the love, for the support, for the blessings and the trust upon us. And we will strive, we'll leave no stones unturned, and we'll cater to quality. We'll ensure that Palace of Words become a safer haven for the students, for the learners, a paradise for writers, thinkers, learners, and all the creatives also. Because we also cater to like music classes, we cater to guided meditations, we cater to tree plantations and cleanliness drives, we cater to running marathons. Because this is exactly what quality is about. This really ensures productivity, and this is education for real. Being holistic, that's really important. That actually we are doing something that serves the students in the greater run. So that's something that keeps us going. that encourages us, because I myself am an environmentalist too. I'm a naturalist. I love nature. And Robert Wordsworth very beautifully says that nature did not betray the heart that loved her. So let's build a value system. Education is not restricted to passing a grade, or passing an exam for that matter. It is pure value, so that we can cater to quality. We can really do something divine and magical with our initiatives at Palace of Words, that students get home better. They leave our premises better than we find them. We inculcate values of respect and love in them. We inculcate the values of compassion in them and kindness in them, which actually helps us to run the world and serve our society better. So keep supporting us, keep patronizing us. And this batch, the Bhram Mahurat batch, is especially for the students, for the quick 11th hour revision, that they are done, they are prepared for the examination. Let's see what we can give them, what we can deliver to them. So smart answers are the key, having keywords in your answers are the key, and sticking to the word limit is one key, because you'll be having your 80 marks examinations, even in your annual examinations, and mostly the students are through with their midterms. And a heartiest congratulations to each and every student who have really shown their mettle, the kings and queens of Palace of Words who've really secured good marks. And we always get better from here, we always secure more marks in the time to come. So please keep ensuring regular practice, because things happen with regularity. Once you practice consistently, you will score more. You just have to get better only with the particular answers, and try to study daily. Rather study daily, it should be a commandment. Study less but study quality. Many a times, I know back in the day and age when we were students, 100 years from now, so the myth used to be the more one studies, the better he or she scores. Like if someone can study for 8 to 10 hours, he's a scholar hands down, which is not true, of course. You, even if you're studying for just 20 to 30 odd minutes, but that 20 to 30 odd minutes mean half hour, it breeds the quality of 20 to 30 minutes, then you are a success. Use Pomodoro technique, take the regular, segmented breaks, because breaks are important. You do need breaks also. That is, I guess, the prime. It's the first and foremost thing. So always ensure that you are learning qualitatively and with that urge of curiosity and inquisitiveness in you, and conducive competence. You might be writing your exams with your friends, so you should be really competent in terms of, hey, I'm writing an exam, so let me be as competent as I can be. Let me outsmart my friends with a competitive spirit, that let's see who scores more. Help your friends too. Obviously, you might be having study groups, you might be having tuition groups, and please make sure that every day you get better, you learn a thing or two. Because it'll just be like around 12, 15 questions in your examinations. And if in a day you just prepare one question out of six subjects, if you're even preparing six questions a day, you're preparing your syllabus in its entirety. And keep doing written practice. I've seen the trend now, since you're the Gen Alpha students and you always are on your digital devices, since this class is being taken on a digital forum, and you're using ChatGPT a lot, you're using Google. That's good. You take information from Google, you ChatGPT things. But when it comes to writing, you write your own expressions. Because in your examination, you'll never be handed a device and you'll never be asked to use ChatGPT or Google for that matter. So please be in a habit of writing. Writing is such a divine process. It's, stimulating, it's creative, and your subconscious gets activated. Time and again, I probably am repeating this in every session of mine. that writing activates your subconscious mind. So please be in a habit of writing. No matter you're doing your English, you're doing your mathematics, you're doing your sciences, your social sciences, you're doing your art and craft, write. That's why I say, pen and paper is a must because you remember more by writing. Trust me, if you even take a note, you remember it more. If you even doodle a thing during a lecture, if you'll be having your pen and paper and you're simply doodling, you're trying to make a portrait of mine, you're trying to make a cup of coffee, or you're just, trying to make some caricature, or whatever you're up to, you remember. Because that's how magical writing is. Subconscious is directly related to our mind, and it's one of the highest annals of our mind. We'll talk deeply about the subconscious mind also, since it is one of my deeper interests as a doctorate in psychology. I keep talking about subconscious minds, I keep talking about mental health too. So please ensure that you're doing something or the other. You're always at it, and you're putting your heart and soul to your preparations. And it's the sincerity and the intent. Idea is to outdo your own self, give your best, and the results will come. Results never make you wait for the longest time. It's just the preparations. And this is one divine hour for preparation. So please prepare because you won't be getting this kind of time again. You have to prepare with all the integrity. You have to do this wholehearted preparation, and you have to do strategic preparation also. Since we are talking a lot about the rules, we are talking about fundamentals because that's exactly what we need to get right. No, it's of zero utility to solve calculus or solving arithmetic, algebraic equations if you're not having a smart strategy to prepare. So please be extremely smart with the strategy. Whenever you're preparing, please ensure that you're preparing with your entire heart, you're preparing smartly, and you have weaved magic with your preparations. You're taking care of the rules. You're aware about the syllabi. First and foremost is the syllabi. You know what you're catering to, what you're studying, what chapters are coming in your examination. So then, even if it's your school examinations, college, university examination, competitive examination, know what to prepare. Many students are, just tirelessly studying, and they don't know what they're studying for. They are hardly aware about the syllabi. Please don't do that. गधा मजदूरी नहीं करनी है. शेरों की तरह काम करना है. Smart work करना है बच्चों. It's not about just studying, studying, and studying and not having an idea about what we are up to, what we are studying. But it's totally about studying the right things, preparing the right way, and smart preparations. Many times there had been students in my batches during school, during college, that they used to be very chill about the examination process. They used to attend classes regularly, and they never used to hype preparations so as to, maybe, oh my God, we are going to the tuition, we have a test to pass, or we are doing this, we're doing that. And they used to score great. There were students who used to be constantly on their books. They used to be studying after the classes. They used to sit in the library, and they won't be able to outsmart the ones who were relaxed because they were smartly preparing. They knew that this would be the pattern of the exam. This is the syllabus that's coming, and this is the way we attempt it. And they secured wonderful marks because they had it all in order. They figured it out, and they knew how to prepare and what to prepare. So that's, I guess, the magical portion for success. Smart preparations. Because we currently will be feeling, oh, it's August is this coming. Today it's the last day of July, and 31st of July it is. And now August is approaching. Oh, we have August, September, October, November, December. 5 months down the line, we have a lot of time. But it just passes by way too quickly. Hardly we get an idea that all this time would just flow by and pass by. So just ensure that you prepare every day. You cater to like a daily preparation, because daily preparation is going to help you. Please make sure that you're preparing daily and you're preparing quality, you're preparing smartly. You are going through the class tests that you undertake at school or college or university. You are also, thorough with your texts. Now there's a reference book culture. Students refer to certain books and the ones which are very prominent. Oh, this book is nice. R.D. Sharma together with mathematics, Holy Faith in Sciences, H.C. Verma for physics, and there are big names. And with all due respect to them, there are some awesome and excellent reference books. But reference means a supplement. Once you have to be thorough with your own particular textbook, your own NCRTs. And if you have done your NCRT cover to core, then you might go and jump to the reference. Then you might think, hey, I need a problem or two to solve. I am very thorough, I'm inside out, I'm done with my particular NCRT book. Let me now, take on, something from like a reference book, an R.D. Sharma or an H.C. Verma, or together with mathematics or Holy Faith, or umpteen of books to prepare from. There are many books, and we really need to cater to good quality in terms of our preparation, in terms of picking study material. So your reference is supplementary, it's an additional, it's a help for your preparation, but your NCRTs are the core. Your textbooks will save you. Your textbooks will fetch you better grades. Then you might refer, once you're thorough with your textbook, you know the rules, you know all the questions, you know the exercises well, then you might think, hey, let me just stimulate my preparation even more. Let me, pick the questions from my R.D. Sharma or H.C. Verma and let me see how much I know or how well I'm prepared. But touching R.D. Sharma or H.C. Verma, or for that matter, any other reference book, won't fetch you great marks because your fundamentals should be clear. Your basics are a prime, and that is the only aspect and the element that will serve you. So please be very thorough with the basics. Do your basics, polish them thoroughly. You should have, a very pragmatic approach to your answer writing. Read the text, be it sciences, social sciences, English literature, read the text. Be in a habit of reading the text yourself, devising, writing the character sketch of the protagonist if you're preparing for English literature. It's hardly a lesson takes 5-10 minutes to be read. It's just 3-4 pages at most. Read that in its entirety. Then write the character sketch of the protagonist, write the main theme, write the central idea of a lesson or a story or a poem, and you'll be done. That's smart preparations. So please read your lessons well. That is the core. And after that, you might try it, you might practice rather than mugging up or rote learning. Don't be in a habit of mugging up, please. Maybe if you might be a student in 6th to 7th standard, you are into the habit of mugging up things. Oh, this is my question and this is the answer to it. I'll mug it up and, prepare, as intensely I can prepare. But the idea is you cannot mug it up in your 9th or 10th standard, or for that matter, in your college or university level. You have to know things. You have to understand things. You have to understand the basics. You have to get to the substance and the core and the gravitas. So, so basically, don't just do things for doing sake. That hey, I need to learn this lesson. I have a test coming up. I have a competitive exam to give. Be submerged in the preparations in its entirety. Make sure that you are preparing in the best possible way. You have the right kind of things to cater to mostly. That's important, right? So that will help you in securing better marks. It purely will be your will to do better, to do the right things and the nice things. So plan, be aware. First and foremost is the ABCs. A is awareness about the syllabus. You know the syllabi inside out, what chapters are coming, what is the weightage of each chapter, what marks are you catering to, how are you going to prepare. You should know that totally. You should know that sincerely and devoutly. You should know it all. And then B is for basics. You should know your fundamentals, right? What principle this is working on, maybe the cleansing action of the soap, or maybe, the board mass, how do you solve this arithmetic or this equation, what is unitary method. You should know it all. The basics are prime. And then C is basically clarity. Clarity and quality. That whenever you're preparing, whatever you're preparing, how qualitative preparations it is. What it caters to. What is the idea behind it? So just do that, and even like a message to the parents is, please supervise your child's preparations. Nowadays, it's a culture since parents are busy, they are working, even at home, they're hustling too hard. So they hardly keep a check about the preparations, what like a child is, up to. So make sure that you are catering to good quality, that you're really catering to, you know, assisting them and asking them and checking them, how much they are striving for. Sending a student for tuitions for 3 4 hours doesn't mean he will be having zero self study at home. No. Tuitions are his alley to just know how much he's grasp the concept, right? In the tuitions, the max a student can do is just grasp the concept, that hey, this is the concept. I have seen many students attending to mathematics tuitions and not securing marks and blaming it on teachers. See, maths is a purely logical and rational subject, and a teacher's role is just to deliver a concept to the student, that hey, this is the concept, this is the formula to be used, this is the arithmetic to be solved, and this is the answer you'll be getting. But that entire process has to be diligently followed by a student. बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि पेरेंट्स का हमेशा ये रोना होता है, many students they come to me and then I do not see them often, that hey, our student was sent to the tuitions for mathematics, but he didn't secure good marks. So as a teacher, a maths teacher, the most I can do is acquaint them with the concept, tell them the right thing to do, and ensure that they do the right thing. They practice it enough, because आपको बोर्ड एग्जाम में, आपके क्लास टेस्ट में, a teacher won't help. Teacher's guidance will only help when it is taken seriously and you've practiced it enough. आपने कोई सम जब खुद सॉल्व किया होगा बच्चों, you have done it through your own hands, you have applied the formula, you've used it, and you've practiced it enough, then there's no one stopping you from attaining full marks in mathematics. So please ensure that students are doing some diligent self study at home, no matter wherever you send them, whichever coaching program you've enrolled them in. No magic than self study, and self study is irreplaceable. If you really want your students to you know just soar in their examinations, just to secure the top spot, getting the best of the marks, you really have to ensure quality self study. No other way, totally, because you have to practice it enough, and you have to practice it to perfection. Maths, physics, chemistry, these subjects need diligent preparations. Our teacher's guidance is just about rules, regulations, just telling you, okay, this is not the right thing to do, this is how you'll be getting to your answer. But to practice it time and again is totally upon students and parents to check that they are practicing. Because maths can never be done without self study. Even if Arya Bhatta comes to teach you and you're not thorough with your self study and your preparations, it won't help you. You'll fail your maths exam. without preparation. So prepare, because always know, kings and queens of palace of words, patrons, parents, and students, that you have to write your exam by yourself. You have to prepare your math by yourself. You have to, balance that chemical equation yourself. So, you know, there can't be any other way but to do it, to solve it in its entirety, and to, get done with it, because that will really help you. It will help you in its core, that you had a problem to solve, you knew the formula, you applied it, you used it, you got your arithmetic right, and you solved it, and you got the answer. Because many a times, I know impatience is one virtue of the Gen Alpha, the students I cater to, the school students mostly. And whenever I'm sincerely teaching them, they'll be like, just tell us the values, give us the numbers, give us the figures, and we'll solve the answer. That's not how it's going to work, students. You should know the problem in its entirety. You should be reading your problem. You should be rather reading it, multiple times. Then you should devise what's given in the problem. Then you should devise the formula. You should apply it. You should solve it and then get to the answer. Rather, what the students does is they always cater to, all the values given in the book. They'll solve it very impatiently, and then they'll be happy about it, that hey, we know how to solve it. Obviously, a 10 standard, 12 standard student knows the basic mathematics. There's no genius in solving a problem with all the values given in the formula given. But the genius is when you just are given two, three lines of a problem, and then you devise and decipher the formula to solve the problem, to just completely solve it and complete it. So then, magic happens. So magic lies in your own hands. Because when a student secures the marks, it is purely student's effort. You secure 80 marks, 90 marks, 100 marks. So it's just the guidance of teachers and students. It's the guidance of parents, students, support and love of parents, guidance of the mentors. But it's purely the efforts of a student. All the kudos to you for that. Like whatever marks you're securing, it's your 100% action and effort. So make sure you do deliver 100% in your actions and efforts also. Right? Because you need to cater to quality learning, you need to cater to something really important and significant. So you cannot do away without right preparation and guidance. Be chalking out the word limit for your answers, to writing your answers thoroughly, and make sure you do all the written practice. You do check a few sample papers from the previous years, but the more you write, the better it is. And trust me, by writing, you remember better and faster also. You'll be mugging up your answers, you'll be, spending in a day or two into it, and the moment you have your exam, you forget it all. A very futile and, such a waste of time exercise. So don't do that. Right. Trust me, it's a tried and tested theory, students. The moment you start writing, you'll find abundance, you'll find magic happening for real. So write, please. You write with all the grace and all the finesse, and you'll see, some amazing possibilities, some, mind blowing things happening. So that's exactly what you need to do. And, have a defined strategy. I'll tell you the biggest mistake students does. Maybe I'm a student, I'm very good at maths, I'm not very good at social sciences or English. So I'll completely sideline my social sciences and English, and I'll put all my focus in maths, which I'm already good at. See, you need all the average of the entire subjects to have a percentage. Each and every subject is important. So prepare each and every subject diligently. If I feel I need more attention in my English or social sciences, I should go ahead and give that attention to my English and social sciences also, and all the subjects for that matter. Because we really need to cater to quality, we really need to, focus on the subjects. That will help us, get better. That will help us grow, right? So make sure that you are eyeing all your subjects really carefully and you're preparing for it. If maybe I don't like Hindi or Sanskrit for that matter, or maths for that matter, or social science for that matter, and I leave them and I, just completely skip it out from my preparation, so it'll be my loss, right? And we cannot bear that kind of loss. So make sure you're really preparing in entirety. You are really, ensuring a healthy preparation that will lead to quality, right? So today's takeaway is smart preparation, smart strategy, right word limit. Know what is for you, what is for your benefit, the class tests. If you're in the non-board classes, maybe you're in a class 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th, 11th, be very thorough with the class tests that happen in your premise, in your school. Because, no teacher ever wants his student to fail. Students just want the greater good of the teachers want the greater good of the students, and students should cater to the greater good of their own selves. Every teacher wants you to soar and come up with flying colors with greatest of the marks. So please ensure that greatness, that that is this idea and the conception of the Bhram Mahurat batch, that early morning we really talk sense, and maybe it could be an 11th hour preparation for you, that hey, I have the test today and there is a Palace of Words reporting live at the Bhram Mahurat batch. Let me see what they have to tell. Are they able to help in my preparations? So then we'll become a success. That if maybe I tell you about time management today, maybe it might help you in your exam, it might help you in your class test, it might help you in your preparations. You'll feel, hey, it was worth my time. I devoted my early holy morning. I know you're getting ready for school. Most of you are already on your way to the school, so that you get some quality content to see online. As in your generation, they call it brain rot. You're just watching brain rot online. There are some things that makes no sense at all, but those are tirelessly being watched, the reels and the memes. They're important. Creators put their heart and soul into creating it. We at Palace of Words have a dedicated meme page on our Instagram. So not all memes are brain rot. We really cater to quality memes. It's handled by the students only. So the idea is, valuing time, using it judiciously. 31st July 2025 will never come back again. It is one valuable time. 8:15 a.m. is never going to arrive again on the same day, on 31st of July. So, valuing it, utilizing your time, using it judiciously, really worshipping time is important. Only then it'll help you. There's a very beautiful, it's a quote by Einstein, that I wasted time, now the dot time wastes me. So it's real. At times, we don't feel, Abhi, the life is filled with romance, students. Romance in the way adventure, adrenaline. Many aspects and activities that you'll be thinking, hey, a lot has to be done. I really need to spend some quality time with my friends. I really need to go on all the explorations and the outings now. That time will obviously come again. You can always, wander Goa or Manali with your friends, or Leh Ladakh for that matter with your friends anytime in your life. But for now, I guess your board exams, your competitive exams need more impetus and emphasis. Travel, explore, play, do all the activities, but please balance it out beautifully. You can do umpteen of things. You can be, handling many things at once, but make sure you're the master of your time. What amount of time is supposed to be devoted to what amount of activity. Now, for that matter, we are promoting long content on YouTube, like we are giving these sessions on YouTube. And now the things are people really value shorter content over the longer one. They'll just be like, hey, we need to watch something crisp. We need a minute or two's reel and we need to get it all. But I believe, it is for your greater good to know something in depth is important. Even if you feel, watching a 1 hour long session is a waste of your time, don't watch it. Just take the gist, take the highlights, and we'll be soon curating little snippets like the shorts and the reels out of the courses we create. So you can watch that. You can see to the content that we are covering. And if you think it's worth your time, that you really need to be here and learn, be here. Stick around for an hour, for 2 hours. But if you think, hey, you do not cater to that kind of a time, no need to stick around. Just take what is beneficial. If even today you learned that, sticking to the word limit is important, I guess, that's exactly what needs to be done. The purpose is solved. The purpose of our session is done. And if you stick to the word limit, and we can very happily state that, hey, someone sticking to the word limit, it's so good, it's really kind and nice that the disciples are learning through our training sessions, our mentorship program, our Bhram Mahurat Batch. So we'll be the happiest. Our purpose is solved anyhow, right? So make sure you learn to value time, since time is limited, of course. All of us have 24 hours in a day. None of us have got like 40 hours or 60 hours. So we've got the same time frame. And as it was one anecdote shared to me by a lot of my mentors, a lot of my friends in preparation, in my colleagues, in my study groups, that hey, the syllabus is the same, the books are the same, and the time is the same. Grades are different. Not everyone secures 100% or 90% for that matter. Not everyone secures or shares a top spot, because everyone's grit and determination is different. Everyone's way, methodology, everyone's idea of preparation is altogether different. So ensure smooth and quality preparations. You prepare diligently, that is the core basically. Value time, at least value the hard earned money of your parents. You're studying in such wonderful schools, such great institutions, schools running from more than 150 years, more than 200 years. Parents are just doing everything possible to give you quality education, give you the best of things. Value that. And I know students are very mature as soon as you come up to your 8th standard, 9th standard, 10th standard. You must realize the value of things. That you're really paying a hefty fee for your school, your tuition fee. You are being provided with all the amenities that you want. So the idea should be, love and respect and value to the things that you have. You're the top 1% strata of people. If you are able to watch my lecture on your phone, I guess you're the 1%. There are people who do not have roof over their head. There are people who do not know where their next meal is coming from. So value this luxury, value this blessing, and respect the sacrifice of your parents. I know parents work so hard, and parents always keep their own priorities behind, and they always keep your priorities, my kings and queens, first and foremost. That oh, our kids, they want new uniform, they want a new school bag, they want the new books or new stationery. So always value that. I think this might be a little heavy and preachy on your side, that hey, the dude started up with the right kind of word limit, and he's now coming up to value, and he's being too preachy about discipline and time. But these are the things that matters most in the longer run. our education, our intent of what we are doing. There should be value in what we do. And your parents are the happiest if you secure great marks in your examinations. They feel, worth and value that, hey, we are putting up our heart and soul into giving quality education to our students. They're really valuing our contribution. Privilege should be regarded always. And, this life given to us is, you know, the effort of our parents, sincere efforts of our forefathers, fathers, parents. Our mother, she wakes up at the first stroke of dawn and she prepares meal for us. She packs your lunch, she gives you breakfast, and value that contribution of hers. Value your parents' hustle. He, goes to the office regularly, or he's, putting up his heart and soul into the business. So these things are purely, significant and of immense value. So regard it always, love it always, and always remember that you being sent to one of the best schools of the town, of the city, of the place is, the hard work and effort of many people. It took many people to put you on the portals of one of the best schools in the country, one of the best schools in the town, to send you to the tuitions. It was really the effort and labor of the diligent parents who wanted the best for their kids. Idea is, have a purpose. You're writing your exams. Maybe if today you're in your ninth standard, you'll be writing your ninth standard exams. You'll be promoted to 10th standard. You'll be writing your 10th standard exams, so on and so forth. You'll be graduated from school. You'll be graduated from college. But have a purpose behind your preparation. You're studying. Why you're studying is important. If you're passionate about any other thing, maybe esports, maybe painting or singing or dancing, talk to your parents. Tell them, that you'll do much wonders in dancing or painting or singing for that matter, or, sports for that matter, the online games. So they'll always value you. Be very transparent. Be vocal with your loved ones. They want the best for you. If you think, hey, it's not worth your time, sciences doesn't suit you, you don't like arithmetic, so don't do that. Go ahead and pick your passion for yourself, where you have no excuses left. That, hey, I'm really passionate about EA sports. I need to be the best at EA sports. I'm really passionate about basketball. I need to be the best at basketball. I'm passionate about writing. I need to be the best at writing. I'm passionate about swimming. I need to be the best in the swimming or dancing or singing or painting or pottery or mountaineering or mountain biking or running or, karate. N number of things there are. So value your time, and that's exactly why you have to stick to the word limit. Because word limit comes to, deliver the best. It comes to give the best to you. With the word limit, you learn that, hey, our examination is doable within 3 hours, 2.5 hours. I can revise for 10, 15 odd minutes. And the revision is a must. In your examination, please revise your lesson thoroughly. Revision really serves the purpose. Whenever you are doing something, you're doing something nice, giving it one last reading is prime. That is, good karma. Revise your answers, that is going to help you. So revise, revise, and revise, that will really help you. You don't know how beneficial revision is when you have your answer sheet with you. Be your own examiner. You're submitting it to, get checked and reviewed. You'll be getting marks upon that. So make sure you review it diligently. You write your answer in it so that you can cater to that kind of quality, you can cater to that kind of thing, you can cater to that answer writing, and you can see the errors yourself. You are saved a lot of marks if you're into revisions. You are into the habit of revising your answer sheet before submitting it to your invigilator. You will secure great marks. Like, try and do it. All the things that I say here in this forum are tried and tested. I've done it myself. I've seen people being benefited by it. And I feel, the owner should be sharing it with you. So, whatever I'm saying is really scientific, it's a tried and tested approach. You go ahead and do it for yourself and seek the benefits. One thing is trust. If I say something, you'll have to at least trust it and you'll have to try it. Because trusting is one thing and trying is the next. That once you try it, and then you will feel that, hey, it's the right thing to be done. This is such a noblest thing to do. Like, okay, checking my answer sheet, revising it thoroughly, doing a spell check. Oh, the spelling was wrong. Oh my God, I skipped an E at the end of my because. That's the common mistake that happens. Oh my God, I just, skipped the last word of my spelling. That happens. So if you check that, you save marks for yourselves. So saving marks is key, smart work is key, and self-study is key. You cannot do without them. You can't do without self-study. Even if Aryabhatta, Einstein, Newton, anyone teaches you, if you're not thorough with your self-study, you won't be reaping the benefits of the great minds. Every mentor knows his or her subjects, be it physics, mathematics, chemistry. If there's someone sitting on the mentor's chair, you have to respect him or her enough that he or she knows what he or she is catering to. It's about taking their advice. It's about listening to them thoroughly. I've been teaching competitive English for a while now. I train students for civil services, banking, personal interviews, IELTS, PT, and the like, SAT and GRE. All of these examinations, and it's only the ones who crack it who take our advice, who listen. If we say, finding new words every day is important, expanding your vocabulary every day is important, only such students will be benefiting from our advice who follow it. Right? If a student is not following, there are complaints like, oh my God, we hardly get a thing what sir says, or we are not able to get the lesson straight. Because eventually you're not following what the sir is saying, right? I do cater to, I've been teaching since 2014. So it's been, more than a decade now in the field, in the talk. If a teacher says, please work on your vocabulary, that means working on your vocabulary. You'll be finding new words. You'll be catering to quality. You'll be, having a specific notebook made for new words, and you'll be browsing through the new words through a paperback dictionary, not the online or the e-dictionaries, which are now common thing, which are now vocal and the best thing to do. But the dictionaries that really support and savor you, the dictionaries which are paperback, the huge dictionaries, voluminous dictionaries, which will help you hunt for more words. Be a word hunter for real. You should know enough words. You should be expressive. The national level essay, today is the last day of it, the Operation Sindoor essay. So please go ahead and share that. You'll find the link of how to apply for it, and you'll, go ahead and do that. So make sure that you participate, you put forth your best words. Many students at Palace of Words have already submitted their entries. So you also be the one to prepare. You also be the one to submit your entry. Don't let any opportunity go. You have an opportunity to express yourself, you have a forum, go ahead and do it. So it's the last day today, and it's the national level essay writing, and the winners will be getting a coveted cash prize of rupees 10,000, maybe the top three winners, and the top 200 entries would be getting a pass to witness the Independence Day celebrations at Red Fort. So, such a wonderful thing to do. You are getting all the perks, you'll be getting to meet the people like you, and you'll be getting to express yourself. Write more. Use ChatGPT, use Google as a tool to know information, not to, write an essay for you or extempore for you. That is of no use. Writing is such a holy, a divine, and a creative process. So cater to it yourself. Write on your own. Please do the writing yourself. And thank you very much for the shout out, student. You're saying to like and subscribe. So it is your grace again, which keeps me going. So really grateful and a shout out to everyone who has been here for the longest time. And I can see students attending these sessions regularly. And it is definitely, as I have already told you, it's the wind beneath our wings. It really helps us cater to quality, prepare our lessons well so that students can benefit from it. All talk and no show. If we are talking sciences, there should be, good quality content about sciences. We are talking about strategies, there should be good quality content about strategies. So these things are important, and these things also ensure good quality, right? That you should be aware about what you're doing, how you're doing it, what's the cause behind it, and what's the process behind it. So keep at it. And it's again karma, there's a Japanese concept called kaizen. So kaizen basically is you have a big project at hand, you work on it step by step. Maybe you have a book to write, you write a line or two, you write a page or two daily. You'll eventually get to finishing and completing that book. If you do not start in the first place, it'll never be possible. If you think your mathematics is weak, start by working on it today. Start by little self study, start by solving examples in your NCRT book. It'll really help you. You'll be benefited. Right? So, work, replacement or substitute to hard work. You'll have to work, you'll have to put in the efforts, you'll really have to strive for it diligently and wholeheartedly, and you'll find the benefits. So work for it, work with all your heart, with all your might, and you're bound to succeed. No one is going to stop you. If you've given the right kind of efforts, you're diligent, you're consistent in doing it, you will achieve. You will achieve greatness. But really make sure that you have the conviction and the good intention. So follow it purposely, always ensure creativity, always ensure that you're up to something divine, you're up to something good, you're up to something productive. So please ensure this always. Ensure this quality, ensure, the right spirited preparations. You have to prepare, you have to, give it your all. You have to think straight, and you have to put forth all your heart into accomplishing your results, your goals. Because, having a good result is not an overnight process that you're starting today and maybe 2 days for your exam and you secure. It's an entire year's process. Take every little test of yours seriously. There's a test in your coaching class, there's a test at school, there's a class test, there's an oral test. So prepare, and prepare daily. Step by step, you get to your goal. Little leaps towards the big mountain, that's the mountaineer's code. You cannot directly make a jump from the starting point to the finish line. You have to work for it, you have to tirelessly walk on the path, you have to improve, you have to get better. So, be it sticking to the word limit, be it the written practice, these are some keys. And trust me, the ones who follow my advice would be benefited. As it said, a good listener is always popular than a good speaker. If you find the advice valuable, if you find this counsel wise, go ahead and do it and practice for yourself and see the benefits. Because all we can do is practice. You have to trust the process. You have to trust your own self and the instincts. I do find many times, the students are adamant and they have, preconceived notions about the thing. That maybe if I feel, Adi Sharma is the best for me, I'll never listen to an advice of a teacher who's saying loudly and clearly, roaring like a lion to say, NCRT is your core. Prepare from NCRT. So at least listen to the mentors and try it. If you're doing it from your self-help books, go ahead and do it. But try the NCRT first and foremost. No matter whichever standard you're in your third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, kindergarten, nursery, pre-nursery, or PhD, your textbooks are going to save you. Your NCRTs, whatever is recommended to you in your syllabi. Be thorough with your textbooks first. References can wait. Those hefty, big volumes will always wait for you. But first and foremost, worship your textbooks, your NCRTs, and the books prescribed by the board that you're catering to, the HP board or the CBSE board or the ICSE board. So please work. And all the advice that I've said you, I'll also be curating like an article in my description so that you can go through it. I myself believe in the written word so thoroughly. So please prepare, give it your best, and there is still time. You have like good 4 5 months left for your preparation. Leave no stones unturned. Prepare smartly and wisely, and you'll surely accomplish your desired result. You'll surely accomplish your goal. But give it your all. Be diligent and sincere in the preparations. Write, have a specific dedicated notebook for your self study and write all your lessons, be it social sciences, English, maths, sciences, Hindi, Sanskrit, Persian, French, whatever you're catering to learn, do the written preparations. That will immensely benefit you. Be thorough, be devoted and dedicated for your written practice, and stick to the word limit as we started with, and prepare smartly. Don't just tirelessly and without a strategy work. It won't serve you well. Have a strategy, have a defined practice of getting good marks, and you'll secure. If we talk about English literature, know all your four sections: the reading, the writing, the grammar, the literature. Devote and prepare accordingly. You know, you should be thorough with your comprehension. Read more and more. You should be good with grammar. You should be good without the format of the writing. You should know all your stories, all the prose and the poetry. That's a recipe for a perfect English literature exam. And we'll definitely be dealing with it all, dealing with all the things, all the subjects. And let's make your preparations more smarter, more secure, and let's fetch great marks for you. Keep following suit. Practice the advice that's given to you, practice the wise counsel, and I guess together let's strive to build our palace of words bigger, better, and more divine. So more power to all of you, my kings and queens of palace of words. Let's be connected, let's be more subtle and suave with our preparations, and let's stick around and let's prepare daily. Thank you very much for tuning in, and that's all, folks. An incredibly productive and a prosperous day to you all. And let's keep being in these sessions. Har Har Mahadev.